Shalom. How are you doing, friends? Today I want to talk about persecution of the saints, a very serious matter. This is an age-old long dilemma and problem. I just wanted to share this with you. In the past, saints have been tortured, maimed, crucified, burned at the stake for their beliefs, and a lot of them didn't waver, and they smiled at death, and they kept to their faith. They kept to their faith and died, but they died in Yeshua Messiah, true testament to the Holy Spirit and, well, their spirit too, their commitment, But I wanted to share some scriptures with you because it's very important that true Christians, like back then, these days, are still getting persecuted in other countries, not just in the United States, but all over. There's, some underground Christian movements that are in communist, China, North Korea, places like that. Plus, a little bit of it here in the United States too, depending on. But anyways, I just wanted to share some scriptures with you about this. And first, I want to go to John chapter 15:20. Right here it says, Remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his master. If they have persecuted me, meaning Yeshua, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. Now we'll jump to Matthew here. Matthew 5, verse 11 to 12. Blessed are you when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all the manner of evil against you falsely, for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for the great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. So it's more of a reward and blessing to keep your guns, no matter if they're going to, somebody's going to come along and, a group of people or whoever, an organization or individual want to persecute you, even kill you. You got to stay in the faith, stay in the faith. Don't waver at all. But the prophets were murdered and killed for their message, that Yahweh committed them to share with the people in the days. We'll go to 2 Timothy here. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 8. Be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our master, nor of me, his prisoner, but be thou partaker of the afflictions of the good news according to the power of Elohim. Paul says a real powerful statement here. He's not ashamed of the gospel, and we shouldn't be either. No matter what people think or say, we walk out the streets and demonstrate our love and everything for, Yahweh and Yeshua and our fellow man. People, evil people don't like that. It gets them uneasy and they get on I don't want to say defense. They want to get on an offense. But we'll go down to 2 Corinthians now. Chapter 4, verse 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceedingly eternal weight of glory. That's also another powerful statement, Now we're going to jump back to John chapter 16, verse 2. They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yeah, the time cometh that whoever killeth you will think he does Elohim a service. Yes, it's these other religious zealots, these paganized quasi-Christians that are going to think they're doing Yahweh a service by eliminating what they term heretics. But that's been going on for about 2,000 years in different parts of the world, and that's not the way Yeshua always preached of love. Love is the law, love. Now, let's see. We'll go to First Peter here. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 4. They think it strange that you do not plunge with them into the shame or the same flood of dissipation, and they heap abuse on you. So they're going to be scorning you, abusing you verbally, mentally, spiritually, physically, definitely physically. They're going to cut you down and try to embarrass you, make you feel bad at who you are and what you stand for. And you don't cave into them. Like I said, pray. I always say pray for strength and everything, and move on. In a way, you don't live with these people. They're not your parents, or not your spouses or children. These are strangers. So it doesn't matter what they say. You just walk away. Just if they don't want to hear it, fine. Just move on. I'll go to Matthew 13, verse 21. But since he has no root, he lasts only a short time. When trouble or persecution comes because of the word, he quickly falls away. Now go to Matthew 10:22. And you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, meaning Yeshua. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. So salvation is the reward. Faithfulness and salvation. You just got to stay faithful. You just got to be strong, stay faithful. Put that armor of Yahweh on you, the ones in scribes in Ephesians. Now we'll go to 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4, 5. But in all things approving ourselves as the ministers of Elohim, in much patience and afflictions, and necessities, and distress, and stripes, and imprisonments, and tumults, and labors, and watching, and fastings. So yeah, and it's just this is another message. Like I said, there's quite a bit of scriptures that discusses this topic of the persecutions, that the past, the present, and the future is going to get real worse. It's going to get real bad. The end times, the persecution of the true saints, the real ones. So we'll go to 1 Peter 2, verse 20. It says here, but how is it to your credit if you receive a beating for doing wrong and endure it? But if you suffer for doing good and you endure it, this is commendable before Elohim. Just think, look what happened to Yeshua. He was brutalized, crucified, mocked, spit on, and everything that was his namesake. And the devil, he's not done with it. He's coming for the seed, the assembly. He's coming for the believers too. He wants to tear them up, inside and out, spiritually, mentally, and physically, the outside. Now I'll go to Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. So today we have tribulations, financial, family issues, car problems, all kinds of things, tribulations, things just pop up, all the time. I mean, these are, minor ones, but there's major ones too we encounter. And, we got to pray and be patient and stick to our faith. We got to stick to our guns, with Yahweh and Yeshua. Now, James, first chapter, 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which Yahweh hath promised to them that love him. So, in this life, the average lifespan was 70 years old and everything. And but if we stay true to him, we got that crown of life, salvation, and that's eternity. That's eternity. Okay, we'll go to Revelations 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil has cast some of you in prison, that you may be tried. And you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Here we go again, the same thing about a crown of life. You got to endure, you got to muscle it out, tough it up, smile, being persecuted, smile, have a good because you know you have a big brother on your side that's going to help you out. He won't let you be harmed any more than you can stand, you know. I mean, Matthew 24, verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated by all nations for my name's sake. There we go again. His name's sake. You know, we got branded with his name on us, and it's by our actions and how we interact with people, and we show our beliefs physically in good charities and love and everything like that. That's what's branded on us. You know, it's our mark, and evil people see that, they don't like that. You know, even confused religious people, you know, that have their own beliefs and are zealots, you know, that, you know, radical, you know, that's 2 Timothy chapter 3:12. Yeah, and all that will live piously in Messiah Yeshua shall suffer persecution. You know, we got these traditional Christians out there, you know, have lavish lives. They, you know, go around, you know, they're worldly. They don't get to grasp, you know, I'm sure they have some persecutions and everything, but a lot of them, you know, they just give sparingly, you know, when it comes to money, you know, offerings and things like that. And, you know, they're accepted by the world. And it says the world hates us because of Yeshua's namesake. They hate us. You know, we're not of this world. And no, we can't be, you know, we can't be of two minds, you know. But they, you know, they conform to the world and everything, you know, with their, you know, the churches have this tax exempt stuff, you know, and, you know, they go to church and, you know, socialize instead of fellowship. And they talk about, you know, baseball games, their careers, how much money they made on the stock market, you know, things like that, you know. Okay, go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 4. So that we ourselves glory in you and the assemblies of Yahweh for your patience and faith and all your persecutions and tribulations that you endure. So we have to endure. We have to endure, you know. Just ain't no way around it. We just got to endure and keep going, keep going. And it's, you know, it's troubled times. And it's going to get worse, you know. The end times going to get worse, you know. People take for granted the Constitution of the United States, you know, citizens. They feel entitled. They feel entitled, and you know they think, you know, they're deserving of them rights. A lot of good men died for us to have them rights, but you know, one day they could be taken away from us really quickly. You know, you got the liberals always trying to chisel away at it and everything, and one day, you know, we might not have them, and we'll not be as blessed as, you know, we have been. You know, the blessings are actually going down. You could see that on the news. You could see that in the surroundings, people's attitudes and stuff like that. You know, like I said, you know, in another episode, you know, 2 Timothy verse 3 describes perfectly what world we're living in today. So yeah, with that said and done, you know, I just want to share that with you, a message of hope, because there is hope at the end of that rain, that fuzzy darkened tunnel. There's hope. You know, you just got to stick to your guns. You got to keep the faith and the patience of, you know, patience and stuff like that. So, hey, with that said and done, you know, please like my channel, subscribe, hit that notification bell, you know, share my videos to whoever, comment below, have a little discussion, you know, a little chat, harmless chat. But anyways, with that said and done, shalom and peace out. Thank you again.